Okay, guys, welcome back to Let's Get Freaky podcast. I am so excited because I have got three legends on the show tonight. They've all been on Let's Get Freaky before, and we love them all. We have got Jason, Laura, and Brooks. Guys, welcome back to Let's Get Freaky. How are you all?
Doing pretty good, man.
Good,
That's it.
good. Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties over here.
I didn't want to know we're talking. I'm doing good.
Shall we reintroduce ourselves? If people are listening to Let's Get Freaky for the first time, shall we go around the table and give a little bit of information about ourselves and our shows and what we do?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
Who wants to go
Jason, you
first?
go first. Not
You
me,
want me
because
to
I
go
have to
first?
fix something really quick.
Oh my gosh. Why do I have to go first? Okay, guys, I am Jason. I have a show called AFK Discussions. Also have hosted other podcasts and just so much stuff. Investigations, not so much investigation, but some. I do a lot of research. I don't know. That's me, I guess. So
Awesome, man. Brooks, you want to go?
Yeah. So I'm Brooks. I'm the founder slash co-founder of the Smokies Unforgotten Spirits. We don't have a podcast or anything like that, but we just go out to do a bunch of investigations all around Tennessee and anywhere else I can get my hands on. So we've been on Jason's show a few times. I've been here maybe once or twice, maybe four times, five times, something like
Yeah, it's quite a few times.
that.
Actually, a co-host, brother.
Oh, jeez. Been promoted.
Laura, you ready?
Yeah, I'm Laura. I have the Midnight in the Mountains podcast. I go out and investigate stuff, which are ghost hunt, whatever you want to call it. Look for abandoned things and old stuff and all kinds of fun stuff.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, you've all got awesome podcasts. Brooks, what you do, you're crazy out there in the field. You scare me to death sometimes, man, with some of the stuff you do.
Why?
Because
Brooks
you're,
is
I'm G.
because you're
crazy.
fearless, brother.
I'm G-rated. What are you talking about?
Black-eyed children, all sorts of craziness, man. But fearless, I would say. Absolutely fearless.
I don't know about that. I cry a lot.
Do you really?
No.
Can you show us the dolls as well that you've just purchased? Can they
Oh
make an
God.
appearance on the show?
Yeah, why not? So I got Andy here, and then
Freaky.
I got old Ann here. We're gonna find out if they're docile or worse
Have they been
than
okay so far?
certain entities in the world.
Any signs of uh, anything from them? Has
I
there been
can't.
any?
Your sound cut out, Tommy.
Oh,
yeah,
oh, it started already.
it's back. It's back.
It started
Okay.
already.
It's my
Okay,
fault. I showed the doll.
my internet is unstable.
It's the
Thanks, guys.
dolls.
It is the dolls for sure.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I left a
Okay.
comment on Brooks's Instagram. He posted a picture of the dolls. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Nothing.
Why
I
would
know
you
he's
do
up
this?
to no good.
Dolls, haunted dolls especially, never a good idea, I don't think.
They're
No.
just off of Amazon. It should be fine.
Yeah.
So, guys, I just want to, what's been going on recently? Anything new happening for you guys, or any paranormal experiences recently?
Um, since I went first, I'm just gonna start because I have a lot to get into.
Let's
And
go,
I
bro.
thought you were gonna
Um,
like make me go, and I was like, oh
no,
no,
no, yeah, Laura, go first, please.
oh, you already volunteered. Too late.
So, we had some investigations and stuff that went on, and yeah, it was the typical thing. We go out, we went to one of the most infamous haunted prisons. No big deal. Uh, and then we went to back to Elkmont, the infamous Elkmont. And if everyone remembers, last time I think I was on the show, I talked a little bit about what happened last time I was at Elkmont.
Mhm.
Um, and it's kind of happened again. I know Brooks, he goes there all the time, but I don't know why it just affects me. Um, and
Mhm.
it's not good.
No, it's
Um,
not.
so I don't know. I've just been kind of like in a dark place, I guess you would say. Um, just kind of not wanting to do anything and just kind of I think the last podcast I recorded was at the beginning of December. I think Laura and I we recorded together
We did.
about Elkmont and things, and then I had a couple podcasts in the can, and I just put those out, and I haven't recorded since. I just can't
Really?
get motivated. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on. It's been rough, man. And it's not, I mean, everything else is fine. It's just I just don't feel like doing anything with the supernatural right now. I'm trying to stay away from it.
Mhm. It can get quite a lot when especially when you're talking about this stuff and looking into it all the time. It can get a little bit overwhelming,
Yeah.
conspiracies and supernatural. I find that myself, and we do this every day, and it's
Yeah.
like sometimes you just need a break from it and, watch something different, watch a cooking show or something, or something,
Yeah, for
take
sure.
take yourself out of it. But so I get it, man. But is
Yeah.
is it just with the supernatural and stuff like that then?
Yeah, like I mean, I'm fine with anything else. It's just I don't know. I'm not motivated. Like I've talked to a few people about coming on the show, and then I'm just like I just cancel. I'm like I
I'm
just
glad you're
can't.
here tonight, man.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's well, I just went on a cruise with
Yeah.
my family and kind of I think it kind of helped me refresh, get away, and
Mhm.
just get my mind off of everything. Also have another podcast I do for my work, which is a pest control podcast. So that's another thing that kind of that's still going. I do that. I get paid to do that.
Oh,
My
man.
podcast I don't make any money on.
That's the
Actually, I
podcast.
probably spend more money than anything on that on the podcast I do for the supernatural.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just weird, man. Like I just didn't want to do anything with it. I mean, I feel more I feel better talking about like cryptids and stuff than talking about like ghosts and spirits.
Mhm.
That I don't know, just kind of affects me now. Um,
Yeah. I think that's important to listen to that if that's
yeah.
that makes you feel,
Like Brooks goes there all the time, and I don't know if he's had any troubles, but I remember last time we were talking about it. Um, I there was some talk of like these guys are full of crap. Nothing happened to them, but I mean I don't know why it affects me. I don't know if I was going to ask Brooks this. I don't know if it's maybe because I am sort of spiritual, like I'm a Christian. If something is sort of dark up there, and since I am a Christian, it kind of wants to like put
Mhm.
this darkness over me, and it's more prone to attack me than someone else. I don't know. Um, but yeah, it's just weird. I don't know what to say. But I don't know if I could go back to Elkmont. I mean, I seriously don't think I can go back.
Well,
Uh, but
I mean,
yeah, I'm sorry,
Brooks
I'm
is
kind of rambling, but
no, it's
I'm
cool,
kind of
man.
nervous about talking about it.
Yeah, no,
Don't know
absolutely.
why. So
Yeah, no, and it's brave to talk about this kind of stuff,
yeah,
because it's hard to show that. Obviously, this supernatural stuff is dangerous. We know that. We know going to haunted locations and playing with these things. Even I think looking into the paranormal, it looks back. You're inviting this stuff in,
yeah,
and there is a danger to that, 100%. Brooks is different because he's fearless and he buys haunted dolls. But a lot of us get very scared, including myself. I get very scared about this stuff, and I don't really particularly go on. I don't go on investigations. I just talk about it, and I've had weird stuff happening in my house and stuff that I share, but it scares the crap out of me too, man. I really,
yeah,
but I find it so fascinating. But I do think that there is a dangerous side to this that you know shouldn't be messed with, basically. Even though we talk about it every day and look into it and watch shows and listen to podcasts, and
yeah, for
but
sure.
yeah, man. So for anyone that doesn't know, and hasn't listened to any of our other podcasts, Elkmont is a very haunted location. But does anyone want to give like a brief description of what Elkmont is for anyone that may not have heard previous episodes?
I'll let Brooks do that because he's more he knows more about it than
That's his
most people.
backyard.
Yeah, but real quick, I mean, Elkmont. I mean, just saying it's a haunted location. It's more than that. I mean, the whole of the Smoky Mountains is kind of
Hmm.
like just a mysterious place. I mean, there's lore from the Cherokee. There's the Spearfinger Witch. There's, I mean, just all kinds of supernatural, and like there's these things called granny witches. I'm sure Brooks heard of that. They're like these practitioners of magic that are, it's kind of mixed with Christianity. It's kind of I don't know, I can't remember. I want to say they're Irish or Scottish or so, whoever came over and settled in the Smoky Mountains way back in the day. It's kind of their tradition. I don't know if it's like Celtic magic and
Hmm.
Christianity mixed or something like that. But I'm going to turn over to you, Brooks. I'm sure you may know
It,
more.
it wouldn't be like the Druids, would it? That we had in the
Maybe,
UK.
I'm not sure.
I mean, I've heard of the witches. We always just refer to them as the Appalachian witches, or just a witch. Easier to say, but to kind of go back and explain what Elkmont really is, it was an old logging town. I can't remember the years off the top of my head, but it was a big logging town, vacation area, almost turned into, and basically the whole town got sick, and people started passing away, and the town started slowly going away. Right now you can go and see about 15 to 20 of those cabins, but there used to be like 50 to 60 of them.
What happened to them? What happened to the other cabins where they just get wear and
mean,
tear and
wear and tear, the weather, they get knocked down, they go away. You can still see the foundations and the chimneys on some of them, which I was talking to Laura a bit like a week or two ago. Probably longer. I have no space and time anymore.
I'm with you,
But
man.
I was saying, because when we investigated, where we park, if you go to the left, you have all the cabins, and if you go to the right, there's all the old foundations, and they go all the way back, and then about a tenth of a mile, 2/10 of a mile, there's another cabin that's back there, and I feel like that's the worst cabin there. And I used to say there was the one in there until I found that other one.
Yeah, I've never been back there, but I've heard, like Brooks, I've heard him talk about it. So I'm like, I'm not going back there.
And the thing is, nothing happened at that cabin, but the amount of energy that's back there, it like I take battery banks. I have like two big battery banks that will last 48 hours on them with my camera on all times, and that drained within a half hour. Two of my camera batteries drained. I had brand new batteries in my EMFs, my REM pods, everything, all dead. My flashlight dead. I mean, everything just died there, and I was only there for 45 minutes.
Man. And how often do we hear that with haunted locations or areas of high strangeness where cameras, full batteries just get drained? There
Yeah,
seems to be
and
something
like
to
I said,
that, man.
nothing even happened there. It was like there was nothing on the spirit boxes, nothing on motion sensor, nothing on the RAM pod, nothing on the motion lights, nothing happened. But
Hmm.
everything just died, and you just felt something that just didn't want you there.
Yeah. So do you know how many people roughly died in that village?
I know it was a lot. I don't want to say a number and be completely wrong. I just
Hmm.
know it was a
Hmm.
decent amount.
There's a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah, and it
Man.
could also be referred to as Daisy Town,
Yeah.
because I think
Okay.
Elkmont was a later name.
But it
Okay.
wasn't it also a logging town before
Yeah,
Elkmont? Yeah.
yeah, because it was a logging town turned into like a vacation spot almost.
Yeah.
Like that's I think that's when it turned into Elkmont,
Yeah.
but it was like a vacation area at one
Hmm.
point
Wasn't
where
there a like a hotel or something back there also?
it's not back where the town is. It's actually more
Okay.
when you come in. Um, when you're coming in on that windy road before the campground, it's like somebody told me it's 7 miles up the hill
Oh,
right
dang.
there. So it's a decent hike, which there is a trail to it. I've never been up there, but I've been wanting to.
Yeah.
So how comes now that it's kind of left just untouched? Well, why is it? Do you know why that is?
I would say just because it's a national park, and they don't allow anyone to live there anymore.
Hmm.
So once that was set in place, everyone could live out the rest of their days in the park, but then no one else could move back in. Same thing as the Walker sister cabins. They were one of the last people to live in the national park, the Smoky Mountains there. So their cabin is still out there in the woods. But there's a group that goes around and tries to preserve all these places, but there are certain ones that are just too far gone.
Mm-hmm. Interesting, man. Someone was telling me the other day that you have like people that just live off the grid in the Smoky Mountains, like just not cryptids
Oh
or
yeah,
spirits, really, just
oh yeah,
actual people, and they're kind of scary as well.
Feral
yeah.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
feral people.
they're scarier than any Bigfoot, Mothman,
Have
Dogman,
I
anything.
bet
Yeah.
they are.
Have you seen any Brooks?
Yes.
Really?
So, yeah, they're. I mean, so
Oh shit! I thought you were gonna say no.
no, it's straight out of a horror movie. Now that's something where, like, me and my wife, we went to North Carolina. I think we were going to Carowinds, and then we were going to I forget what exactly we were doing. We were going to a hockey game up in Greensboro. Greensboro's first inauguration game, but we were going, and there was a bunch of road work, and I-40, the big landslide, took out half of the highway, so there's only one lane. But when I was dropping my dog off at Max, came through, it was telling me to take a right. It said the road was closed, and it was going to be like 50 minutes, and I was like, okay, I'll take a right. So I took a right, going up a windy trail, and it told me to take a left, but there was a sign there that said road closed. And I was like, GPS says it's fine. I got 4-wheel drive, why not? And I drove down the gravel road, and I'm going down this like single lane gravel road, straight down, straight up, cliff fall. And you see these houses that are just put up with sheet metal, just random sheet metal. There are like pit bulls on the roof. There's like houses, and there's cars, no tags. I mean, you can see the like the generators that they have hooked up and everything. There's just it almost looks like a mixture of like a horror movie and then something off the show of Hoarders. But then there's like a bunch of pit bulls everywhere. So
Poor
like
things.
they looked a lot healthier than a lot of the dogs I've seen. But
Really?
they were.
That's good.
They were dogs that would steal your lunch money. Definitely.
Oh my god.
Take it. Just
But
take it.
that's when me and the wife, we grabbed the gun, we made sure it was loaded, and it was just sitting right here as I was driving, right on my chest. And I was just like, yeah, we're gonna try to get through here as fast as I can.
Man.
But yikes.
With the 4Runner, the road was smaller than the 4Runner. And it's a two-way, but if the car comes up on you, there's nowhere you can go.
Yeah.
So at least
it connects to I-40, and then, which I know there's even more people that are more off the grid than that. That one's only like a mile or two off the road.
That's
there are
crazy.
people in the middle of the mountain, just random.
Whoa, just completely living off the land.
Yeah, and there's probably people in the national park that they haven't seen, because there are places in the national park where there's no one can get to.
Mm-hmm. Whoa. I mean, I don't know what part of the US it was, but I read a story about a guy that went off the grid for 20 years.
Oh yeah.
He just had enough of life and just went off. Didn't see another person. No, he saw one person in 20 years. He saw one other person. And that just blows my mind, you know. But we got some big areas in the UK where you could go missing and stay lost, I guess. But I don't know, 20 years without seeing anyone, like one person in 20 years, that's wild.
Yeah.
Man. So you don't want to get lost in an area like that, that's for sure.
No, and then even like moonshining is still illegal. Moonshining is still pretty big. So you're walking in the woods and you come up on a still, you're bound to get shot or shot at.
Whoa.
So you got to kind of be careful on where you go. And I mean, the national park, they kind of keep that stuff pretty good over there. But if you're just walking in a random woods, I would expect to walk up on something.
Yeah. So the guys that are like deep in the woods, I mean, how could they couldn't be police, right? How could they wouldn't be able to get them out, would they? Or would they? I don't know. Would they try and get them out?
I mean, if they were somehow calling, they would try probably. But I mean, most of those people, they know what they're doing. They if they're out there, they're willing to die out there.
Yeah.
and they don't want the help of the regular world of hospitals and common medicine and grocery stores and stuff like that. They want to do everything by themselves.
They're probably a lot healthier than us, right? Maybe.
No problem.
Maybe, yeah. Another thing about the Smoky Mountains is that there's a lot of rumors that there's like a deep underground military base there.
I've heard those rumors, and I almost agree with them.
And people have said they've seen UN cars driving up there and stuff and through the mountains with the UN logo on them. Yeah.
I haven't seen any cars with any UN logo, but I've seen some questionable government official cars.
Oh, yeah. You got some stories about that for sure.
Am I dumb? What does that mean? What's a UN car?
United Nations.
Why would that be here? Like, that's what I thought of when you said that, but I was like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So I think it's Roosevelt, all the national parks. I can't remember the exact story or something. It's like their UN property or something like that. Let me look that up while we're talking, and then I'll get back to you.
I want to say they're not UN property, but it's like they have facilities that they can go to. Like there's always somewhere in the United States and other countries too. So if like we were into another country, there are points in the country where they can get through really, really quick if something were to go down right there. And the national park, it's very secluded, very easy to keep people out of. So they put these things in the middle there so that way they can kind of monitor it a lot better. It's kind of what I've understood.
Interesting. What kind of things have you seen, Brooks, other than the black cars that you've seen and been chased by? And
the black car and that one white car that I'm still thinking of, it was just an angry, tourist, but I've seen it twice. I don't know.
Man, there's so much to the Smoky Mountains. Like there's so many legends. It's such a cool place. So much mystery. I've got to get over there, man. I might just go and become a feral person and just live in the I might need to do that. The way the UK's going, I might need to do that.
I mean,
I have to.
we could live off grid rather than become feral people, because there's definitely like a difference between the two.
Yeah.
But what's that, like that Wrong Turn movie? Because I used to watch horror movie. Yeah, like that's what a feral person is kind of like. So yeah.
Whoa, what was that family that was I can't remember the name of it, but they made a documentary about a family that were like, I can't remember what they were called, but they were like screaming and stuff. And do you know what I mean?
Was it that family that's inbred? And
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I forget where they were. They were fully inbred. They lived off the grid.
Yeah.
And they did a documentary, which like anytime anyone like went to them, like they basically killed those people and ate them.
Yeah.
So like the fact that this one documentary
pretty wild
allowed, like he somehow set it up and did this documentary on them, but they were like joking around, like, we're just gonna kill you in a minute, right?
Man, it's wild.
No, people are always scarier than ghosts.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Holy crap.
Y'all said I'm fearless. I said I'm not fearless with the ghosts. I'm fearful for the people.
Yeah, same.
Absolutely, same. Man. There's so much you got to worry
about people than ghosts.
Yeah. Like I was talking, oh yeah, I feel bad, like there's a dark cloud over me, but these people are going to eat me.
Yeah. Yeah, like yeah, we could, I mean, we didn't even really go into Elkmont. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to bring it back or if you want to keep going down that we're going.
Absolutely, let's go Elkmont.
Yeah, I know there's more to it.
There's more. That's why I kind of went back, but it's up to you guys.
When did you guys all meet up and go to Elkmont together? How long ago was that?
November, the middle of November.
Okay, so not too long ago.
No.
No, it was kind of the area where it was just starting to get cold.
Yeah.
Or if you were me, I was frozen the entire time.
That was a cold
my God. No, well, you guys were like, I mean, I think Jason, you had a jacket on, but Brooks is there in like a hoodie and a beanie,
I ended up taking
and
the
that's
hoodie
it.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm frozen. Anyhow.
So how did you guys plan this? Was how did you guys hook up and end up in Elkmont together?
So I sort of planned an adventure, I guess. Laura and I, we had a podcast and we were talking about something, and I mentioned the Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. And then she's like, "Oh, that'd be cool to go there." And I was like, "Well, let's plan something." And then it kind of all just kind of fell together, and um we were like, we can go to Elkmont, we can do all these other stuff. We had so many other plans we didn't get to do. We're gonna go
I
hunt
know.
Bigfoot and all this stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, we just did Elkmont and Brushy Mountain, but it was such a weird weekend. I mean, Brushy Mountain was interesting to see, but there wasn't a whole lot of activity. But the one main thing that happened there was pretty crazy. So let's stick with Elkmont, and we can come back to that because I know Brooks wasn't there for that area.
I was there
Okay.
for the live most of it, but that
Yeah.
was just me watching.
Oh yeah,
I was kind
the
of leaving
live thing. I
comments.
didn't even know what to say on there. I was like, I don't know.
I was just sitting there going, "Wish I could be there. Have you tried this? This is a name I got."
What was that place called? I'm just going to write it down just in case we
Brushy
forget.
Mountain.
Brushy Mountain.
Brushy Mountain. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're at Elkmont.
Yeah.
What started happening? What was going on?
So we were at Elkmont. We showed up, I guess, gosh, maybe 4 hours before Brooks, right?
Yeah, 'cause I was at work and then I was
Was it
working a
that?
double that day.
I
I
don't
don't
It
know
was
know.
a
how-
long time.
Was
I know
it
y'all
really?
wanted to. I know y'all wanted to see it during the day, and I didn't get off until the sun went down,
Yeah.
and then I rushed right over there because I was only like 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
But I
Maybe it
didn't
was-
know how long. I want to say maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah,
I don't-
that
Yeah,
sounds
maybe.
more. That sounds right.
It seemed,
But
it seemed
I
longer
will
to me.
say you lose time there. I've done
Yeah.
it before,
Mm-hmm.
so you could have been there for 6 hours and not realized it.
Yeah.
No, it does feel like that because it's like we were there for a long time, but it didn't feel like we were there. It was
Oh,
it
yeah.
was strange.
Yeah.
There were some nights where I've been there and I felt like I was there for 2 hours and the sun's coming up. And then there's other times where I felt like I've been there for 3 days and it's only been 2 hours.
It's so weird.
Whoa. So what do you think that is? Do you think that could be some kind of portal? Or why do you think that is?
Mm.
I know it's
I-
difficult because we don't know these questions, but
Yeah,
these
I have-
answers.
I have no idea.
I have no clue either.
Is there
I
a
don't
different?
have an idea, but it's the only thing I would think of is like a mixture of that frozen time stuff. But nothing like I don't miss anything. It's not
Mhm.
like I have a search party coming after me. There are always 4 people who know where I'm going at all times, just in case I do go missing. So it's like, hey, here's my last point of contact. I have Light 360 on my phone, here. So I didn't go missing. I remember everything that happened. It's one of those things where, if you're bored, time goes by slow. If
Mhm.
things go by fast or you're having a good time, times go by fast. But there, it doesn't matter. If you could be having a good time and still time take forever. And then there's other times where you're having a good time and you're there for 10 minutes and it's been 5 hours.
Man. How far is Elkmont from like a town or other life that
20
you
minutes.
know 20 minutes?
Yeah, but
Okay.
one thing, there is a campground that
Right there.
is frequented. I mean, there's usually at least, I don't know, 10 to 20 campers at any given time there. So
Yeah, if it's not full.
Yeah.
Mhm. Hey, when you walk in, when you step into Elkmont, can you feel like, I don't know, like a different, can you feel the energy basically? Can you
Yes.
feel a change, a shift?
I mean, I think it happens. I mean, I know Brooke said yes. To me, it happens more when you go into cabins. It's like each cabin has its own personality.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Yeah,
See,
so oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, so I was going to say, when you get into parking lot, I don't feel it, but once you hit that road, I feel it. And then we kind of bounce off of Jason. Each cabin has its different level. So it's like this one cabin will have a level 10, and then the next cabin will have a level 7. This one cabin, there's nothing going on in it. So you don't feel crap, but you still feel from the area.
Mm-hmm.
So like when we went at like when we were there at nighttime, I mean, I didn't like when we got there, I like didn't really feel anything, but like they're saying when you go into the cabins, each one feels differently, and then there's like stories that go along with that. But then like during the day, it was the day that I left. So this was like, I don't know, a day or two later after we had gone to Elkmont. I didn't even realize like Aaron and I decided to go hiking before he took me to the airport to go home, and we just picked, I just picked a random trail, and I knew that we were somewhere near Elkmont, but I didn't realize that we were actually in Elkmont because we started walking along a path, and there's all these stone ruins of chimneys, and there's some like steps and some other stones and stuff and fireplaces. And we're like, oh, what the heck is this? And we're taking pictures and we're like, oh, this is really cool, but I don't know what this is. And I didn't say anything to Aaron, but we're walking around. I'm like, man, this place feels weird. It feels uncomfortable. Like I shouldn't be here. I'm like, something here is just off. And I had no idea until I started researching it, because we also stumbled across what's called the Troll Bridge, and I was doing a little bit of research on the Troll Bridge so I could make an Instagram post on it. And here I find out that we were smack dab in the middle of Elkmont because the Troll Bridge was built in Elkmont. And what we were seeing was the remainder of those cabins that are no longer standing. So I was like, okay, well, this makes sense now that, that I'm like, oh, that's why it's weird.
Mhm.
So yeah.
What is the troll bridge? Is there like a legend behind the bridge, or?
No, it was just kind of built for like a little cutesy thing. I mean, I
Mhm.
found it on Pinterest originally, and I saw it was in the Smoky Mountain National Park, and I was like, "Oh, this looks cool." So I wanted to go there and just take pictures of it, and we ran out of time, like Jason had said, and then Aaron and I accidentally just stumbled across it while we were hiking. And I'm thinking, wow, I think this is the Troll Bridge, Aaron, and it's way smaller than it looks when I saw it online. So I just took some pictures and video of it just in case it was the Troll Bridge, and it was. So
I thought you was going
yeah.
to say there's like an evil troll underneath it or something.
No, I mean that would have been pretty cool, but
You get that with a lot of bridges.
yeah.
So do you think like obviously the sadness that took place there and that has made the energy just what it is? That's what. Why do you think? Because there's many places where this has happened before, where there's been, especially, was this 1800s? Did you say this took place?
The
The
end of the 1800s,
Okay.
I think early 1900s.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think the last known I think was 1950 something. Like I talked to the ranger because in the daytime they'll always have a ranger there most days, and she has this big book and she can tell you who lived in what cabin, when, how long. But there's 7 people that lived in each cabin because they've been there so long. So it's like I think she told me like 1950, 1960 was the last few people.
I
Imagine
had
being the
no idea.
last people there.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, you go.
No, I was just saying, I had no idea that a bunch of people died there. I thought it just kind of like the economy kind of just went bad. I didn't know that.
She told me a sickness ran through the town once or twice.
Wow. That's really interesting. Hmm. But I think, I mean, I don't know if somebody else wants to go first, but as far as, I mean, I don't know what's there. I mean, it makes sense if some kind of sickness went through and wiped people out and it left, because there's definitely something there that's not good, some kind of darkness that's there, and I don't know what it is, and I don't know what it's from. Brooks might have a better grasp on it because he's been there so many times. Like I've only been there once. I think Jason was there like 3 times. And so, I mean, to go back to the very beginning when Jason was talking about having this just bad feeling, and I mean, I was kind of telling you, I mean, I had talked to all of you guys about it, that I've just been, I don't know. I don't like to talk about this stuff, but I always feel like when people do talk about it publicly, like I appreciate it because I feel like, okay, yeah, so I'm not the only one that experiences it. But like I went through some like serious depression this winter, like extremely bad. I mean, I was doing really good, and then I got home from Elkmont, and I don't know, a few weeks later I just went like really downhill, and just the depression, like I couldn't shake it. And I mean, I'm feeling better now, but I don't know. And then Jason's telling me that he's not feeling good either. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm like, maybe we messed up by going to Elkmont. Maybe we shouldn't have gone. Maybe this is one of those things you hear about that affect people and then it never truly goes away. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, like, because Jason and I had talked about it on my podcast, like, and I talked to Brooks about it separately, that after I went there, I was having really bad nightmares for like 3 nights in a row. And I don't really get nightmares anymore. I used to when I was much younger. But and especially to have them 3 nights in a row, I know that that wasn't just me. I know that it was something that was affecting me from Elkmont. Like I know that for a fact. And even when we were still in the Airbnb in Gatlinburg, Aaron and he slept in the loft upstairs and I had the downstairs bedroom, and I went to bed with my door shut. And this wasn't the night that we got home from Elkmont because we were so tired. We passed out. We got back at like 3:30. But the second night, I kept having nightmares and I was waking up and I had my door shut, and I woke up from a dream because I felt I was having a dream of some kind of like home invasion, that somebody was breaking in and they were like trying to get us. And I heard footsteps walking around outside of my door, and I was so freaked out. Like I thought somebody was like hiding in my closet or something, that was going to come get me. Like that's how scared I was. And I mean, I ended up going back to sleep and then just having broken sleep, waking up from more nightmares. And then in the morning, I said to Aaron, I said, "Did you get up to use the bathroom at all in like the middle of the night?" And he said, "No." He said, "I only got up around 6 a.m. to use the bathroom." And I know that he wasn't, like, it was dark out when I woke up, and I know it was like maybe like 3 in the morning or something like that. So it wasn't Aaron. And I mean, I could have still been half asleep and maybe like somehow I don't know, dreaming these footsteps or something, but I know I definitely heard, like I heard them.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I don't know, just I really got really scared because of this. I was like, I felt like something was trying to attach itself to me from Elkmont. That's just what my gut feeling was telling me. So I just started praying like crazy. And then I had texted Jason, you know, please, like, just keep praying for me. And I just kept doing it. And then I eventually felt better and it went away. But then I got smacked with this really heavy depression a few weeks later, and it really like took a freaking hold of me. And I just am like, whatever's going on in my life doesn't make sense as to why I feel this bad. Like I shouldn't feel this bad. And I don't know, because I had wanted to go back to Elkmont, and I don't I don't know if I should or if I want to, or if I do, I'm definitely not going back into cabin 13, because that's what did me in, and that's what did Jason and Phil in also. Because I was in there and I was doing dowsing rods, and Aaron was there and he was filming it. And like I had said before to Jason, I deleted even the footage off of my phone because like I believe that this stuff can be transferred through media, and I didn't even want it on my phone, which I still kind of kick myself, because it would have been really good evidence, because all you have now is just my word for it, and not everybody's going to believe me, and that's fine.
We do.
I know you guys do. But yeah, and that's when like, and I mean, if anybody listening, you could go to my Instagram and look at it, because I put the clip of it on Instagram and YouTube where Jason and I are talking, and I had asked whatever was in the cabin, do you want us here? It said no. Do you want us to get out? It said yes. Like the dowsing rods were crossing. And then I said, are you human? It said no. And I think it told me there was like two of them in there or something, because I said, is there three of you? It said no. I said, is there two or something? I think it said yes. And then I said, are you what makes people sick? And it said yes. And because I was in there and I was getting really freaking nauseous, and I've noticed that whenever I'm around something that's not so good, I get nauseous. Like I've noted that to myself, and I was so nauseous in there. So Aaron, we're getting like, get out on the dowsing rods, and Aaron's like, come on, like let's go, get out of here. Don't poke the bear. So I said okay, because I would have just kept going, because I was being curious and stupid. And good thing Aaron was there, because he made us leave, and we walked out. And I like said, as we were walking out, you're not allowed to follow us. You cannot attach yourself to us in the name of Jesus Christ, whatever. And I don't know if anybody else wants to say, like, go into anything now, but I also have a little more to add to it. But I've also been talking for five
No,
minutes.
no, it's
So
cool. Can I just ask if the dreams that you were having were they the same dreams every night?
no,
They were
no.
just bad dreams.
Yes.
Hmm.
The first one I remember the best was the home invasion. And then I also remember it being very bloody and very gruesome. And when I thought of my dream when I woke up, it reminded me of Brushy Mountain, of the gruesome things that happened to people there. It reminded me
What?
of like people would get murdered there. There's this case where someone got murdered in the cafeteria because the inmates were helping serve food, and two of them went and murdered one guy with like a meat cleaver or like a really large knife, and like split his spine in half. So my dream had something to do with that. And that's like how gruesome it was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Man.
But yeah, the other two I don't really remember. I just remember that I like the second one I can kind of remember. The third one I don't remember at all. I just know that they were bad dreams.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I
Yeah.
mean,
So I'm putting something together right now. I didn't think about this until we just started talking about the troll bridge and stuff. I was waiting. I didn't want to interrupt you. So I don't know if you remember, Laura. I kept texting you. I was like, "Are you there? Are you okay?"
oh
I was
shoot.
so worried. I don't know why. Like
Oh my
overly worried. I even
gosh.
texted my wife. I was like, "She's not texting me. I wonder if she's okay."
That's right.
Yeah, but and you had guys had went to the troll bridge, and I, was just for some reason super worried. I don't know why. I just thought about that.
Oh my gosh. No, because you were that's so crazy, because we
Yeah.
didn't have service.
Mm-mm.
And it was a couple of hours, because Aaron and I walked like over 3 miles, because we took that path. It's called Jake's Creek Trail or something, and it goes along the creek like all the way like far back into the woods past the cabins. Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah,
so weird.
it is weird. No,
Wow.
but I didn't put two and two together till we were just talking about this.
Oh my gosh.
interesting. So you were picking up on negative vibes and it was
I guess
worrying.
so.
Yeah.
Wow. No, you might have been. That's so crazy.
Did you guys have weird dreams or anything that night as well?
I I can't recall. I don't think I did. Um, but I didn't go into cabin 13 because that's where I had my experience last time. I said
Yeah.
I'm never going in that
Oh,
cabin
okay.
again.
Yeah.
So um
So,
I mean
oh, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you
oh
off
no,
there.
no. I was just gonna say, so I think I told you about this before, but when I was walking up, just up to the cabin the first time. I didn't even know that was the infamous Cabin 13 until the next night when Brooks came and hung out with us. But I got so sick to my stomach and my heart was racing, and it was, I just, I don't know. The closer I got to the cabin, the worse it got. And I was telling Phil, I was like, my heart's racing. I can't breathe. Um, but once I left the area of the cabin, I was fine.
Mhm.
So I don't know. It was very weird. I don't know. Bad juju. What were you going to say, Brooks?
Oh, to kind of bounce off the dreams and everything. And I told Laura this. I don't know if I don't think I told you. I don't know if she bounced off of you either. I didn't have dreams that night or after. That's actually when my dreams stopped.
Mm.
So I stopped investigating. Life happens. One of my partners who would come out with me, he kind of doesn't do it anymore, and then the other one moved away. So it was months, kind of just like now, like where I haven't been out since the last time we went out. But it was months before I went out, before I went with you, and I was starting to have dreams, and I was making random Instagram posts. But I was having these dreams of being in cabin 13 and being in cabin 11 and the other ones I've been in, and kind of just watching my investigation from a third party standpoint. And in my mind, I was in the vision of what was in the cabin. Like I was looking through the eyes of what was looking at me, because it was walking around, and now nothing malicious or anything like that. But when's Jeep Invasion? I don't remember when Jeep Invasion is, but we went out Jeep
It's
Invasion.
August 26th usually. It's around my
Yeah,
birthday.
around August.
Yeah.
So that was the last time I was investigating. That was the last time I went out, and that was the last time I was there. So that time I was out. I took she's like a little sister to me, love her to death. She's 19, 20 years old. We took her out. We took a bunch of other friends out. We got in our Jeeps and we went. And I was like, yeah, it's been a good time. And we went to cabin 13. We did an investigation, but something honed in on me. Shocker. Brooks is getting messed up by something. And I kind of crawled into, so if you're in cabin 13, big living room, there's a long hallway, and it has two rooms on the left and the right. One room there, and then it opens up, kitchen in the back, room on the right. I crawled into the room on the left in the hallway, and I kind of just laid there. I don't remember. That's kind of that's the last part I remember.
What do you mean you physically crawled? Why did you do that?
So I was starting to feel ill. I was getting really hot. I wasn't feeling the greatest, but I wasn't trying to ruin everyone else's time. So everyone else was having a grand old time. Things were happening. Everyone was having fun. There's laughing. I never even looked at the footage yet. I haven't looked at the footage from when we went out. It's still on my camera right here. And I kind of just crawled into the room and I laid down. That's kind of what I usually do. I think you saw me do it once or twice when I was there. I kind of just get bored and I lay down. But I lay down, and my wife because there's a window that goes from that room into the big back room. And my wife looked up and she's like, Brooks, you good? And I guess I went, and she walked in and I was just in a puddle of sweat. Like I was sweating my butt off. I was just, she said drool was coming out of my mouth. I was sweating, and I was kind of just sitting there. She kind of just sat there with me. Don't remember any of it. I have no recollection of it.
So like flu symptoms?
Kind of, yeah. I was very hot. I was drooling, and I wasn't making words. I was kind of just groaning. But I was kind of there, and she was like, do you want to go? And she said that I tried to say some things, and I was like, no, Chelsea's having good time. Don't ruin her fun, which that's something I would say. And because she's the youngest, she was having a great time. Love it for her. Nothing was happening else. No one else was in, but I was sitting there, and I was just fine. And finally, I think it was about 2 a.m. She said she let me lay there for about an hour and a half. And then finally, they kind of carried me. They threw me in the back of the Jeep, literally the trunk of the Jeep, and they drove home. And I didn't come to until we got back to the cabin. I guess it rained, and there was a leak in the cabin or something like that. I jumped out of the Forerunner or the Jeep or whatever we were in. I don't remember. And I walked up the stairs. I walked through the door, and my sock hit wet, like a wet puddle in the kitchen. And that's when I woke up, because I was like, I got to figure out what's leaking. I got to fix this. And that's kind of what woke me up.
Whoa.
So, but after that went off tangent. But going from there, not investigating for that's 3 months, 3 or 4 months, I was starting to have dreams of basically something trying to pull me back into Elkmont. They're like, hey, come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. And, I was seeing the investigations. I was seeing random cabins, kind of like one of those weird documentaries where like you see the black and white and they flash and everything like that. You're like, oh, cabin 13 on Elkmont, you have to see it. And I was seeing that stuff in my head. And they went away after that investigation.
Interesting.
So I didn't have nightmares or anything. It just felt like, hey, we haven't seen you in a while. Come out.
Yeah.
Weren't you seeing like black figures in your dreams too, though? Yeah.
Yes. Like in the windows. Yeah, in the windows and the closets. Like, because I was seeing from a third party perspective. I was seeing myself, and then like it was like I was seeing the eyes through somebody else that no one was there. So I just put it as that was an entity that I was looking through. But every once in a while, it would look left, it would look right, and you would see a dark figure darker than the dark. You can see that dark figure just standing in the area in the dark, looking through the window, looking through the closet, looking in the doorway, and then I never noticed it. It was always behind me. So like I would walk over here, it was over there. Yeah, I walked back over to where it was, not seeing it. Something else would pop up behind me. It was like always watching me from a different angle.
Mm.
This is really gross. Like, what if something came home with you in August and then dropped itself back off when you went back in November?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past it.
Like, that's what I'm thinking right now. Like, that's what it sounds like, because it was like,
I'm trying to think.
Or was it like an accident that it came home with you, or like it wanted to go back because it was like you kept having these dreams? Like, holy shit, Brooks, like okay, so you're telling
that would be one of the only times I didn't sit in my car and be like, hey, if there's anything here, you're not allowed to come back with me, or that'd be the only time I didn't say that, because I was
you were sick.
I wasn't. I don't remember the last half of that investigation, so I could have said it. I don't know. I don't think I did.
Also, the fact that I'm just putting this together now. Also, the fact that you're having these dreams and you're seeing yourself through something else's eyes. So it's like whatever it is like with you and attached to you. And then you go back in November with us, and it like put itself back.
Yeah. I mean, it might very well could have been. I'm trying to think of when, I know I talked to us about this on Tommy's episode, but I came home from work one day and something yelled at me through my closet. I don't remember if that was after or before, but there was that one time, but that hasn't happened since. So I just don't remember exactly when that happened. I couldn't remember.
What did it say to you?
Hello there.
Shut up.
Yeah, I thought it was Obi-Wan Kenobi in my closet. No, so I don't know if I guess I never told you. So basically, I came home from work. I usually throw my gun in that closet, and I didn't for some reason. I had a long day. It was rough. Wanted to kill multiple people that day. Threw my gun on the bed. Took my clothes off the shower. Got the shower ready. My dog decided that's when he wanted to go outside. So I went out, took him outside. He came back out. I'm butt naked. And, he comes back in the house, unhook him. I walk back into the house, and as I'm walking by that closet, it goes, hello there, scaring me half to death, grabbing my gun, pulling it back, getting it ready, aiming at the door, like I said, butt naked. My dog is going off on this corner. And I'm sitting there going, like, if whoever's in my house, you better make yourself known. I'm going to send the dog in, or I'm going to put 2 rounds for the door. And I turned the handle, kicked the door open. My dog ran in, jumped at like something's neck. There was nothing there. He hit the ground and he's like scared to death now because there's no one there. He's like, I just went after somebody's neck and nothing happened. And I went, damn it. And I put the gun away, and did my shower.
Whoa. Man.
It's crazy.
But I can't remember if that happened before the investigation or after. I know that happened around that time, though. I couldn't remember if it happened in September or August.
Wow. I just had a vision of naked Brooks in fight mode.
That's like two ghosts fighting each other. I'm pale.
Man. Going back to what you said about when you got the sweats and you were kind of out of it.
Yeah.
This is just a theory. This might not be what it was, but do you think it's possible you were feeling what the person that died there was feeling? Like you'd kind of, because if it's like a flu-like symptom, that's what I'm thinking. If there was like disease.
No, that's happened to me before. Not there, but in another place.
Yeah. Really?
I mean, it's hard to say because, like I said, I started feeling ill.
Mm-hmm.
And that happens a lot. Like, for some reason, things like to challenge me. I don't know why. I'm such a nice guy. But I mean, like at Brushy Mountain, I came home the next day. I had bruises all over my body. I have the picture somewhere, and I think I've sent it to you.
Guys,
we went to those church.
Guys, hold on, 2 seconds. I'm sorry. Yeah. Shannon texted me the next day. Holy shit, I didn't know this. Shannon, my friend, you didn't meet her, Brooks. She went to Brushy with us, and she texted me the next day and was like, I have bruises all over my thighs. She's like, I would send a picture of it, but she's like, I don't want to send it in the chat. Like, that's, it's inappropriate. They're on her thighs. And she's like, I could just send it to you, but then she never did. But she's like, yeah, it looks like fingerprints all over her thighs. And she wouldn't have made that up because she's she's very skeptical.
And that's actually common at Brushy Mountain.
We didn't know that.
Yeah, that's common for Brushy Mountain, especially with females, because it's majority male inmates who didn't see a whole lot of females. So they like to interact with females a lot more than men. But the men that do interact with, usually the men come out feeling like they've been going 12 rounds with Mike Tyson.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Anyways, I'm sorry. I need to say that.
Yeah.
So
I thought about it at the same time. I was like, I don't know if you saw me and I was like, oh.
I did. I saw your eyes
Man.
But yeah, so like I said, I can't say because I don't remember most of it.
Mm-hmm.
But from what my wife told me was I just woke up in a puddle of my drool and sweat. And I didn't wake up. I kind of was just there. She said she kind of sat cross-legged and had my head on her knees. And I just kept rolling off of it and hitting my head on the floor. But she said I was anytime she would talk to me, I would just kind of Chelsea having the time. It's fine. Just keep it going.
So you must have been really sick at that moment. That's really sick.
The next day, or like I said, not even the next day, through 2 hours later, because by the time we got back to our cabin, it's about an hour drive, if that. We went back to the cabin. My foot hit the thing, and I was like, maintenance Brooks came back, and I was like, I got to fix this, and this, and I was fine. I played 2 rounds of pool. I pulled the PlayStation 5 out. I was playing some PlayStation games, and I went to bed. I woke up the next day.
Mm-hmm.
I had a headache, but I mean, that could have been from the alcohol I also drank after dinner. I'm a lightweight, so.
When you having these dreams where you were like the entity, was you getting the feelings of whatever this thing was? Was it you? Was you in? That might be a difficult question, but was you in your mind, or was you something else? Was you thinking as something else, basically?
I don't remember. The way to explain it the most was I had my own thoughts as sleeping me. So it's I was watching myself, who had its own at the time, I don't remember exactly what I was thinking in that very moment, but it was like watching my own investigation.
Mhm.
Josh was there, Matt was there, or Josh was there, Matt wasn't there. I was watching it from a different point of view. I saw my camera, I saw me, I saw the other people I was with.
You could see yourself.
Oh yeah, it was almost like it was an out of body experience, but I was seeing myself through the eyes of something
That is wild.
that I can't that shouldn't have been there. And it was almost like, like if you go into like a cafe or a shop or something like that, they have like the ring camera up in the corner. It was kind of up there. So it's like I'm watching myself through a camera through the corner. But it would look left and right every once in a while. And I felt like I was it was it was a I felt like I was looking through the eyes of something. The best way to put it.
And that's
But like I said, I was seeing the black figures throughout the area, but they would only pop up when we weren't looking. So you turn your head, your vision hits it, it goes away.
I mean, that's not the first time I've heard people say that as well, where they've actually become the entity and they're looking at themselves. Like I've talked to people that have experienced that, and that is terrifying. That does not seem good at all. There's nothing good about that. That's never good. Um,
No, I hate
that's
that. I've never heard
terrifying.
that before just now. Like I
I
hate it so much.
I
Mhm.
never heard about a body experiences, but that usually
Yeah,
happens.
that's
Mhm.
That usually
different.
happens like live. Like all of a sudden we're sitting here and I'm up there, like looking at myself down doing this right
Hmm.
now.
Yeah,
But this was happening like months and weeks later. Like I was seeing some of the first investigations I've ever did there,
yeah.
and
It
seeing myself get hit in the face with a rock, like stuff like that.
Wow, that's wild, man. So Brooks, when you met with Jason and Laura, what did you experience that particular night? Did anything happen that night when you was all together there?
I hate saying this because it's I've been there so many times. For me, it was a quieter night. Now, for them, they might have thought, think that hey, that was a lot of stuff that happened. Now, we did have a lot with the dowsing rods. My motion sensor went off a few times, or I say a few times. It went off like nonstop half the night. But even for me, that was a quiet night. I didn't think there was anything. I didn't get a feeling of hatred or But that was my first time being back with the dreams. I felt relieved,
Mm.
actually. No, I felt okay. So, and once I had done that, my dreams went away. My, you know, whatever I felt like, I think I made a Instagram post. I can look real quick, but it was me looking at the face of a green eyed entity. And I was like, I don't know what it wants or whatever I said. And I was like, this battle is going to be legendary or something like that. And as soon as I made that post, I think Laura texted me and asked me what that was about. And I started telling her about the dreams and everything. And once I went to Elkmont, those dreams went gone. I
Man,
haven't had one since.
Man, that's just why I keep coming back to, like, not that I'm saying I'm right, but I just keep coming back to, like, something hitched a ride home with you and was like, get me back to Elkmont. And it dropped itself back off when you went, and that's why your dreams are gone. Like, that's just
Yeah.
like my feeling.
that's what it
I need to,
sounds like for
well,
sure.
now I need to go back and get rent money. My house ain't cheap.
Wait, I don't, so I don't, man, I just, the more and more we talk about this, the more and more I don't like it, the more unsettled I get because I had texted Brooks and Jason about this. So we're trying to plan another trip for me to come down to Tennessee and we're trying to do some stuff and I've been calling a couple of places to investigate and one of the places I investigate or we want to investigate um I spent some time on the phone with the woman and her and I were just kind of chatting and I was telling her how, yeah, we had such a great time last year. We went to Brushy, and then I said, we went to Elkmont. I said, I don't know if you ever heard of it. And she said, actually, yeah. And I was surprised because when I mention Elkmont to anybody, they don't know, they've never heard of it. And she actually did. And I was like, oh, wow. And um, she starts, I think she told me first. I could have this backwards, but I kind of like briefly went into it, but then she started telling me like, yeah, I had this friend that went there. Like that's how she knew of it. She had a friend that went there and she said that she had to cleanse him. And I said, "Oh my God." And then we started talking and we exchanged stories. Like I had told her everything that happened to me and Brooks and Jason and Phil, and I was telling her about the nightmares and everything like that, and she said, "Yeah, this guy was having nightmares also who went there. He was having bad nightmares and he was just having like bad feelings and like not like being okay and like not doing well." And then she said she like cleansed him, and then and I said, "Well, is he doing better now?" And she said, "Yes." And she's like, "When you go to places like that, you should come home and take a salt bath and stuff like that." And I was like, "Oh, that's actually a really good idea." But it just blew my mind that, that's three people now that I heard of having nightmares after going there. And Brooks were like, that sounds nightmarish, even though he says they're dreams. But
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
and the other important part that she told me, she said she thinks that the way it felt when she cleansed him, she thinks that somebody brought something into Elkmont. Like, whatever, I don't know if they conjured something there or did a ritual, or if they just had something attached to them and it stayed there, like whatever. She just thinks that somebody brought something in there. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what she said to me.
Do you know if people go there and do like occult practices and things like that? Do you know if that happens there?
I
I'm
don't
sh
know.
With
I know
locations like that.
YouTubers go there.
Hmm.
YouTubers go there and they go ghost hunting.
Yeah.
I don't know if people actually do that though, because it is kind of like in the middle of the national park. And I mean, like, it's kind of crazy to me that they just, because I feel like around here when the sun sets, they're like, if a cop drives by, they're like, get out. But in the Smokies, it's kind of free range. They're kind of just like, if you're in here, you're in here. Like they don't care. It's so weird to me. But I,
There's
I mean, I don't
certain
know. What?
it, there are certain days they do care, and
Mm.
it's wild. Like you'll be just driving around, and all of a sudden you come up on a roadblock, and they'll be like, "Hey, not tonight." And they're
That's weird.
not the normal Ranger vehicles either. Like I've told Tommy in the past, and I think I've told Jason. It's like we come up on these roadblocks of like these blacked out white cars with tinted windows, and they'll get out and they're not even wearing any like badges or anything. They'll be like, "Hey, not tonight. Like park's closed tonight. Sorry, go."
What are they doing?
But the best way I can explain them is they look like the motorcade of like the presidential motorcade. The big black trucks. They have the big antennas and the big box and everything. It That's what it looks like. Some of them are white. Most of them are black. But there's a few of them that are white.
So they're like important people, whoever they are. They've got this.
And
Do you think?
it just kind of makes me believe the theory more of national parks were made for an enclosure of cryptids
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
or dumps or something. Hey, not saying Roswell, but hey, an alien came through,
Yeah.
and now we have to make sure it didn't land anywhere.
Hmm. Man, you guys, I wouldn't go back there. What you're telling me? I mean, I know Brooks definitely will.
There are places I won't go by myself, but Elkmont, I would spend the night there by myself
What,
if I
even now?
yes, I feel
We
safer at Elkmont than the other place I went.
This is my hot take on Brooks's deal, because well, we also had something. We had banging on, not cabin 13 but another cabin. I think it's cabin 11. There was like banging
Yes.
on the outside of the cabin,
Yeah.
which that place is known for that. I believe Brooks has experienced that before, and when you guys, Jason was there, they heard like walking on the roof in one of the cabins.
Well,
And
we kind of debunked that. There's
That one
like
was
an animal. Yeah.
Oh, was there a
Yeah.
squirrel
a
or
possum
something?
or a raccoon.
Oh, okay.
Because I went up to the roof and I was like, I'd tap it, it would scratch back. So it was either an entity that loved to play games like that and mess with my head, or it was a raccoon or a possum. We had a possum there running around the roof a few times, which I hate. I love it that he found a house, but I hate it because it just debunks everything I had.
Yeah.
Mhm. I love raccoons, man. They're so
Yeah.
cool.
Oh
They're
yeah.
one of the coolest animals out there.
Oh yeah. If I could have one, I would.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
I thought about getting
but
a license in Tennessee.
oh yeah.
Going,
What was I gonna say? I just feel like there's something that has a grasp on Brooks and has him
Mhm.
blinded to it and is like, come hang out. Like, you're safe. It's fine. And he's just like, I don't know what the word is. I don't want to say delusional because that sounds super harsh. That's not like
no,
that's not for lack of a better word, but like just like blinded by this and he's like being tricked. Tricked is a good word. Yes, tricked. And we're all like, hey, no, Brooks, like, because I tell him all the time, I'm like, you need to be careful. And he's like, oh, I am. It's fine. I'm going. And I'm like, no, you need to be careful. You need to watch that. And
He's a glutton for punishment, isn't he?
yes, no, truly.
and honestly, I know there's dangers, and I try to play as safe as I can, obviously.
I mean, you don't do stupid stuff though. Like
No,
like when we
no,
were
no,
like investigating, you're very, like you're respectful. You're very like solid. You're not like Zach
there's
Baggins the place.
yeah, no, God, I can't do that. And I did that one time, and it was at Brushy Mountain, and I thought so. The way I saw it was, and I got this idea from another group, was so if you go to a hospital, act like you're a doctor, act like you're a nurse, act like you're the secretary. That's the word. So you do that, you get some reactions. You go to a town, act like you're the mayor, act like you're a newcomer to the town. If you're in a jail, act like a warden or an inmate. That wasn't a great idea.
No. No.
So I did that, and I woke up with bruises. I got beat the hell up.
Is that when you got scratched as well? Or was that a different time?
There's a few times I got scratched up, probably.
Yeah.
But that night, we went to Brushy Mountain. We went to where the big riot happened. A lot of places, the places where this one, a lot of people got their throats slit. That's the area where a spirit named Robert found himself not liking me, and I was like, "Back to your cell, get and all that." Just being very aggressive with him, and I challenged him. I won't lie, I challenged him, and I paid the price for it.
Man, this stuff is dangerous.
Yeah.
So dangerous.
I got a question for you, Brooks. I know you said you hadn't watched the footage. I am just there's one thing that's
I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're doing.
So we had like the motion detector going off. So Brooks is like, I'm going to change the batteries to make sure it's not the batteries and the motion detector is just going off because the batteries are weak or whatever. So he changes them out and he takes one battery and he sets it on the shelf and he goes, okay, I'm going to set this here. And, I want you to knock it off or whatever. If you're here. So he put it there. We didn't think anything of it. So we're packing up to leave and we're on our way out and he goes to get the battery. It's completely gone. The battery's gone. I just want to know what happened to that battery. I want to see if there's footage of the thing just
I never
disappearing or floating away. Yeah.
Yeah, I never found that battery. I actually forgot about that. I'll have to.
Jason didn't forget.
I did not forget.
God, I'm glad you reminded me. I'm gonna have to make a note and go back and start looking because so I was thinking in my head like, hey, this battery still has some juice in it. It's basically a conductor at this point. And I put things on shelves and steps before and see if I can get things to knock it down or if it'll just randomly fall down. So I was like, hey, I'll give something with a little bit of energy, give it a little bit of energy so that way it can interact with us. Put it up on the stoop there. I walked by it a few times. It never fell. You would have heard it. I mean, it's a quiet night. We're all being pretty low tone trying to listen to things. We would have heard if it fell, moved, got kicked, or anything. I went to pick it up. It was gone. Just gone. Never found it ever again. I just hope it's not in the woods somewhere corroding.
Oh yeah.
But I just never found it.
Maybe the raccoon took it.
That's very possible. That's very possible.
Well,
They're very sneaky.
We would have saw the raccoon.
No, I know.
We had the room lit up. So
Yeah.
we had the room lit up, and in this cabin, Tommy, it's a big long hallway. It opens up a little bit. There's a room on to the left that leads into the kitchen, and it's like a living room. And then it goes down like 2 stairs into like a sunroom almost. There's a fireplace. There's a room in the back, and another room on the right that leads straight outside.
Mm-hmm.
So right on that stair to lead down where my camera is, I put the battery. So in theory, I think I should have it on film, but I don't know if I moved the camera to the motion sensor that was in the hallway or not, which I think I did.
So you've got a load of footage that you haven't seen yet. So it could potentially.
I got lazy.
I know, but you've all kind of said that in the sense of like you don't want to look into this kind of stuff at the moment. There's something going on that you just don't want to deal with it, basically.
Like,
would you agree?
Paranormal
With like the supernatural
podcasts. I listen to but this is very typical for me. I will binge paranormal podcasts all day long, every single day. But lately, I just cannot stomach a paranormal podcast. Like, there's a few that I'll put on, but like I just can't do it. And I've been actually adding more podcasts to my catalog here, if whatever you want to call it, because I can't do it. Like, I need to listen to something that's not paranormal. And I've even been the same way with YouTube too, because usually it'll just be like podcasts and I'll be fine with putting stuff whatever on for YouTube at night, but it's just lately I'm like I don't know. But I always do that though. I always am like, oh, I need a break from this, and I'll take like a week off and then I'll go back and I'm fine, but this has been longer than that.
Oh man, we've lost you. No. We'll come back to the paranormal podcast, man.
Well, I'm here, so
I get it. Yeah, no, I'm glad you're here, but I get it. You do go through spells where you need a break from this kind of stuff, but you've all clearly, especially Jason and Laura, you've something's happened there where I don't want to say you've picked up an attachment or anything like that, but I mean, you don't know. We know this happens in this field of research. It's very dangerous, and that does happen, and I know we use prayer and we use whatever we use to try and get rid of that, but we are in like a spiritual battle in this world right now, and these things do attach, and you can pray and that does work. For me, I feel like that works, but I feel like it's a constant battle. Like, these things come back and they'll test you again, and I think, do you think that's kind of what's happening with you guys since Elkmont especially?
I don't know. I think if anything, it's not really an attachment. It's more like an, I guess I would call it an oppression. Just something that's, just this, just gross feeling, and it's not all the time. It's only when I go and want to do like paranormal stuff. It's like, it just comes over me. I'm like, I don't want to do it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I can't put into words how I feel.
Yeah, it's a feeling.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's like there's like just like, and it's like you don't feel it all the time, but it's like there's something that's in the background, like just there, but it's just like you don't know how to put it into words and how to explain it. It's just like this feeling, like it's there, and it's a very like it's not a good feeling, and it's unsettling.
Yeah,
but you don't feel it all the time. It's weird.
Look, I had a show lined up with Black Mass Paranormal. I don't know if you know Brian or not, have seen any of his stuff, but I was going to have him on the show, and we're going to talk about the feral people because he does a lot of research on that. And I just told him I couldn't do it.
Mhm.
I've reached back out to him, and I don't know. I just hopefully now, since I haven't really thought about it, but hopefully now after my vacation and stuff and kind of getting away,
Mhm.
I'm going to start coming back and do some podcast stuff. I've been
Yeah.
working on some t-shirts right now. I'm trying to open a t-shirt like
Let's
clothing store. So
go, man.
so um I'm always doing a hustle. So
Yeah, no, that's
but
awesome.
yeah, so I don't
It's a weird one because you got to listen to your gut. Oh, my Siri just come up.
yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Do that.
But
Remember that one night we
Oh,
were
oh,
recording?
sorry. So
Remember that,
start.
Tommy? One night we were
Yeah,
recording and Siri just kept
they just play with us,
yeah,
100%, man. We've done two recordings where we both had full internet and just
yeah,
things were going wild. And it was what happened when I was on your podcast. We was talking and we suddenly couldn't hear each other, but it was still
yeah.
recording both of
It was
us.
still recording both of us, but we
It was
couldn't hear.
weird. It was
Yeah, it was
weird.
very weird.
But that's
I
the
mean, that was
paranormal.
like one of the first episodes I did with Jason. We had to go back and listen because there was a voice that came through.
Hmm.
I want to say it was the first or second time we did an episode. He was like, I think it was Jason because Ty was talking, and all of a sudden he was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Did anyone just hear that? And we're like, no. He's like, I swear I just heard a voice or like a wisp of wind or something like that.
Yeah.
Guys, what are we doing? What are we messing with? I'm not doing this anymore.
Dude, you've been killing it, man.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Yeah, man. I saw the Monster Quest guys.
Yeah, Doug
Yeah.
Highcheck. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
haven't, I
cool
haven't
dude,
had a
man.
chance to listen to that, but man,
Oh man,
I love
he's
that show. That show was awesome.
monster, incredible show. Yeah,
Yeah.
and Doug was a cool guy, man. He's had some wild experiences.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love these conversations. It does scare me, and I do know the dangers. Like, I do. I know I've had weird stuff happen in my house. I believe because of doing this show. I
Yeah.
really do. I think we do call it on, and I think when we look into it, it looks back, and it is fascinating, and I just can't not look into it. I have to, but at the same time, it's got to be, you've got to be careful. I do think, and I think with what you guys have experienced, and you feel like you needed a break from it, and I think that's totally cool. I think if your gut's telling you that,
Yeah.
you have to listen to that.
like,
Um,
I mean, to the point where I think I told you, Tom. Well, I mean, everybody else knows because I've talked to like all of you guys often, but to the point where I came home from Tennessee and like the next weekend I was supposed to go to Burnbrae again for the third time. And I think I spent I paid 120 or 150 or something like that to be there. And I bailed and I just lost my money and I didn't even care because I was like, I already know that there's something negative and not good at Burnbrae that I don't need to go and add on top of whatever I'm experiencing right now because it's just going to make things worse. So I didn't go.
mhm,
So
mhm.
like that's for me to just like lose $150 whatever I paid because we got like a $30 deposit back or something once like the night was over because I think they make you put down like $300 deposit and if you like destroy something they keep that money or whatever. Not that none of us would do something like that, so we got our money back, but that's why I don't
Mhm.
remember what I paid. But
Oh, we've lost you. Can you guys hear me? The sound's gone. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
Oh, you're back. Oh, what's going on, man?
we could
We
hear you
heard,
the whole
I,
yeah,
time. That's so
we
weird.
heard you the whole time.
yeah,
oh, I just had an out of body experience.
Man, that's so weird.
Wow. Yeah, just completely. I could see you guys and you were moving fine, but I just couldn't hear anyone. That's so, man. See, this paranormal stuff, man. And for you, Laura, you love going to these places. So for you to not want to go, That's strange.
After I already paid for it
Yeah,
too. And
especially after you
I didn't
paid for
even
it.
care. I just lost my money and was like, it's safer for me to stay home. I didn't care. I didn't
Yeah.
go.
This podcast episode is not a good advert for paranormal investigators
No.
or paranormal investigations. You know, be watching. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, if
No
somebody
one's
was
going out
thinking
with
about
Brooks,
it.
and
Brooks, I'm coming over there. I'm coming out with you, man. So, did anything else happen that night, that particular night you guys were together? Was there anything else that stood out for any of you guys?
I would
Um,
like to ask Laura if she remembers. We went to my second location. We went to it's a schoolhouse,
Almost
and
forgot. Yeah.
yes, and nothing really happened there in the investigation itself. Like it was pretty quiet night, and I was really bummed out about it because I really hyped this place up, and nothing happened.
well, the
Yeah.
door, we did get the motion light kept going off at the door.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
that
There's
was
a little bit of,
where
yeah,
my suspected BEK would come up to the door.
yeah.
That's basically where that was. But on the way out, we were kind of talking, and I was like, I had plans to go hang out with them the next day, and I just didn't. I forget what happened. I don't know if I wasn't feeling good or things were happening. I also lived like an hour and a half away, so I was don't even remember what I was doing. But as we were talking, I heard something walking. Like many times I've said before, you'll hear something walking the perimeter of that place just constantly. And me and Laura went up to the edge of the end of the rock pathway and kind of just listened. And it sounded like something was like jumping into the water, climbing out, walking a little bit, and then you hear it splash in the water or walking down the stream. So I know she kind of heard it. I don't know if she wanted to bounce off that. That was something I was like, that one thing that did happen.
I only heard like I could definitely hear something walking. I don't know what it was. I could definitely hear something walking a little bit. But before before we even got out of because Brooks drove by himself and then Aaron, Jason and I drove together and we pulled in and sorry, my dog
I
is
thought,
right
is he
next to me.
snoring?
She's snoring.
I thought I could
Yeah.
hear snoring. I'm like,
So
looking, who's asleep?
yeah, and my cat's right on my other side. Like they both chose to sit like right here. So, but anyways, yeah, she's snoring. Sorry.
That's cool.
So, what was I gonna? Oh, so we drive in and we pull in, and we have to like kind of turn. It's like a 90-degree turn almost that hooks around, and you pull in to park in front of the schoolhouse. And when the headlights, we were like facing the tree line, I saw, and I don't know if it was glowing or if it was a reflection, but I saw like these two copper colored eyes in the woods. And I said something, I was like, guys, I think I see eyes. I don't know what it is, if it's eye shine or eye glow. And I'm like trying to move my head around to see if I can like make it go away or try to figure out what it was. But I just kept seeing this, and I didn't know till the very end of the night that's the same area that Brooks sees stuff, because he said he's seen something there, and he told us that his wife won't even get out of the car at the schoolhouse because she doesn't like that area and like the woods and stuff. And I didn't know any of this, so that kind of
So
goes.
if we go to that place, most of our investigations, she'll sit in the truck or sit in the bed of the truck or look up at the stars. There, she won't do it. She'll join in on the investigation with. She won't stay in the car on that one.
Oh, she won't. Oh, I had it wrong then, right?
No, it kind not really. So she won't be alone over there.
Mm.
So she will stick with the group on that one. Like you normally, she'll have the dog or something like that. She'll sit in the bed of the truck or and look up at the stars and read her book. There she won't. She just feels like something's watching her at all times, and she'll hear things. And there's that porta potty over there. She won't go over there either. That's the area kind of where we're hearing that stuff too.
Yeah.
Was
I
this-
remember I just got I was so cold. I don't know. I was like, I'm getting the truck and starting it. Aaron and I just got in and shut the door and tried to warm up. It was so cold there. I think it was colder there than it was at Elkmont.
That's
is this Greenbrier? Is it Greenbrier? Is this called
yeah.
Greenbrier? Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's that bubble I was talking about. Like you go to Elkmont, and the world can be like having a hurricane around you, and nothing hits Elkmont. And you leave Elkmont, there's like trees on the road, there's branches everywhere. The weather's in a whole different area. It was
So strange.
decently okay at Elkmont. It was chilly, but it wasn't like cold. I
Oh
remember,
no, I was frozen.
but
I wanted to ask. There were several times that I stopped myself from asking Jason if I could go sit in his truck because I was so freaking cold. You guys were fine though. Like,
I would say Greenbrier was freezing, but
Yeah.
Was that where you had your black-eyed
yes,
kid experience? Yeah. The BE case.
yeah, which I want to try to debunk the most way. And my first step was the guy that originally saw it, I have fully voided his whole thing because of he didn't claim to say he made it up, but he didn't say he didn't, kind of deal when I talked to him again. So it was kind of one of those things where I know he saw something, but it wasn't what he was explaining.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of not going back on what, but still suspected.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to get more information out of him. He's no longer allowed to come on my investigation cell anymore, but just because of that, he's made some comments where he was like, "Yeah, for the camera," and I was like, "Oh God, no! You just ruined my whole investigation with you saying that.
yeah.
Thank you." And he tried to Zach Baggins it, which just
Once you do that, it's
which
done.
a lot of things did happen that night, and now none of it can be used. So, and that I found that out maybe a month ago. So I was just like,
oh man,
yeah,
dude.
So it went for like a whole year of believing and talking about this, and now I look like an idiot.
Brooks, the exact same thing happened to me, and I talked to Jason about it. I was investigating with someone, and they were doing the same thing, and I foolishly trusted them and went on podcasts and talked about it and said, "Oh, this happened," because genuinely at the time when it happened and when I was talking about it, I genuinely believed it. And then I realized, no, I started adding things together, and two wasn't four anymore, and started realizing like, hey, this is a lie. This person's full of shit. And I feel bad because I look like a fool because I believed this person. And it's like, you feel stupid. So the fact that you said you like, it makes me feel a little better because it's like you experienced the same thing I did and you have the same feelings about it that I did, because like that's never the person I want to be, is to fake anything ever. And I don't want to be near anybody that does that either.
And I don't do this to become quote unquote famous or make money off that. I got my own day job. That's that's
you are famous, man. You are famous.
No, I'm nowhere near famous.
He's infamous.
You are infamous. Yeah.
It still blows my mind. People come up to me on the Bigfoot conferences and everything. Brooks, it's been so long, and I was like, I don't know who you are, but give me a hug. Cool, awesome.
So you're famous, man.
I guess, yeah. We're like, oh, I've heard of you. Oh God, what'd you hear? But the thing that I hate is just because I came on your podcast. I've talked on Kevin's podcast. I think I've talked even on Jason's podcast of the same exact story.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy was like, and I believe he did see something. He didn't say that he didn't. And what he explained, he's never heard of a black-eyed kid, but that's what he explained.
Mm-hmm.
But then he was like, once he kind of saw that we were interested in what he saw, I think he started over-exaggerating things he was seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when, even though he saw something, and I can guarantee he did see something, everything that now I can't believe a single word he said, because he basically admitted to, yeah, for the camera, I was like, well, this isn't a production, dude. This isn't a documentary. You are not going to make money off of this. I'm not going to make money off of this. And if I do make any money off of this, I'm probably just going to donate it because why not? I'm not here to make the money. I'm not here to become famous. I'm not here for hundreds and thousands of subscribers. I mean, if you follow me, cool. If you don't, cool. I'm still going to talk here. I'll talk to a brick wall all day. I don't care.
Yeah, once you've lied about something, it just destroys everything. Yeah.
Yes.
Which a lot of people do it for the clicks and stuff, and that's the problem, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That upsets me a bit, but I mean, like I said, I truly believe he saw something. I just can't comment on what it was now because everything he said could have been a lie.
Yeah.
But he definitely did see something.
Man.
That's how you have to take people like that, though. Like once they discredit themselves, once they lie, like everything they say else is out the window.
Yeah,
and
there's no point to even try to.
No, I don't have time for that. I don't want that in, like, I don't want that in my life. Like, no.
I think the thing that sucks the most is because I was especially with Tommy, I was on his podcast and I talked about it and I went.
That's
and
cool.
Now I look like the idiot. And plus now that podcast of everything I talked, basically everything I said in it is voided about that topic.
I'm just gonna have to cut this section out just so people can still listen.
No, I'm like, oh my God, is it that bad?
I'm gonna have to cut it all out so that episode still stands.
It was a good episode and we talked about multiple things and other
it was a cool very cool episode.
He wasn't involved in, but there's like 20 minutes of it where I'm just like, I can't back it anymore.
It could still be true though, people. So go back and listen. It could still be. I'll keep That's the thing, but I think that adds more credit to you though. The fact that you're saying that, the fact you're not just standing by it, you're calling it out basically, and I think that's.
And I think I said it from day one. I try to debunk my own stuff, and if you can debunk it, cool. Let's have a conversation and let's go for it, and I can run with it. People still message me to the day I got shot, quote unquote, shot at over in Elkmont. Some people are saying it's a ghost. Some people say it's a person in the woods. Some people are saying I'm just an idiot. We can't come up to a agreement of I think it was a person in the woods, but then these 10 people think it was residual energy, and then these other people think it was a hunter in distress, which I don't believe it was a hunter in distress because why are you hunting in the national park? But that's kind of what Jason said earlier of there's a campground right there. It could have been literally anything.
Yeah.
But I want to debunk it, and that's the best way to do it.
We all just want the truth. That's why we listen to these shows. That's why we have these conversations.
Yeah.
That's why we want the truth. I'd rather watch a paranormal show that documenting a night in a haunted house, for example, and nothing happens, and they tell you nothing happens. That would be just as interesting, I think. As if when you watch these shows and there's bangs and there's screaming, and they can be fun as well. Don't get me wrong, but you want to see real stuff. You want it to be authentic, real, and that's why we're here.
Yeah,
like today, for example. I mean, as we record this, we've just had the possibility that the Patterson Gimlin film has been proved to be fake, and we've talked about the Patterson Gimlin film, since day one. I've said on this podcast a million times that I believe that is 100% real. I'm still not saying it's not. I don't know. I've not actually seen the documentary, but apparently what is about to come out blows the Patterson Gimlin film out of the water, which is very sad, because I don't know if that's true, but
yeah. So, is it a documentary that's coming out about it?
Yeah, there's a documentary. Yeah.
So did they find or just did Patterson or Gimlin come out and say that it was fake? Is that or something else?
They've not said it. Apparently so I watched a video, I can't remember the guy's name, but I watched a video of a guy that has watched the documentary. I think he went to the premiere of this documentary. So I don't know where it's out. I don't know when it's out. It must be out soon. But he was basically saying that he basically saying 100% Patty's not real. Basically, that's what he said. And he said the family of Roger Patterson, what's his name?
Yeah, fucking Madison. Yeah.
Roger Patterson. Yeah, his family are were basically massively in on it, and I think one of his family members is the one that's come out with, the fact that this is not real. But there's videos in this documentary of them basically rehearsing the Patterson Gimlin film
Oh,
that we see, and apparently you see the Patty suit up close, and it's undeniable apparently, and it also shows you like other Bigfoot researchers seeing this video and like reacting to it. Apparently, I mean, again, I've not actually seen the documentary, and I'm sure it has already caused a massive stir in the
yeah.
Bigfoot
probably.
community. Huge, because
I'm just curious if it's I forget, I don't remember if he's the family member or a friend. The guy that came out, I want to say 15 years ago, it was something like that he was like, I was the one in the suit.
mhm.
Oh
I was on the crew. I'm the one that was on the suit. Here's the suit. I have the suit still. I'm
Yeah.
wondering if I don't remember if that guy was a family member or part of the crew or part of the group,
Yeah.
whatever it was. But I remember there was a guy who was like, "Hey, I was Patty."
Yeah. I'm
But
not
a
sure
lot of
if it
people
was
took that
him.
as
I'm not sure.
yeah. A lot of people took that as he was starting to become less seen, so he was like, "I need to make a name for myself again." I
Yeah.
forget his name though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But apparently, this documentary, when it comes out, it's like undeniable. I mean, we've still got to see, as a joke before we started talking that it could be AI. It could all be
Yeah.
AI. Who knows? But because I've always looked at the Patterson Gimlin film as like a big chunk of proof to me that these things are real. And again, even if this does debunk the Patterson Gimlin film, it doesn't debunk Bigfoot. We
No.
know thousands of people see these creatures all over the world. I've talked to people that I know and trust that have seen these things. So it's not saying that, these things are obviously extremely hard to capture, to get video evidence of these things for whatever reason that it is difficult. But there's so much evidence to support that they are out there, and there's so many credible people that have seen these things, and I believe everyone that has seen these things, and unless there's a reason not to, like Brooks was saying with his friend, so yeah,
Yeah.
I hope, as I say, I haven't seen the documentary yet, but it's quite sad, really, because I've always
Yeah,
loved the
sure.
Patterson Gimlin film.
Yeah,
So I'm
and in
quite
the end, it only takes one person telling the truth to make something real.
Yeah,
absolutely,
sure.
yeah. I've fought people tooth and nail about that video. Say, no, it's real. You can see muscles moving.
Yeah, yeah. I have too. I've
I might have to
yeah,
eat my words.
The knees, they
Yeah.
weren't right.
Yeah.
They weren't human.
Oh, but again, that
Dude.
is sorry.
No, I was just saying, am I the only one? Like, I never ever believed it. Ever. I was like, my gut
Oh.
is like, that's a lie. Like, that's not real. Never believed it. Always thought it
Really?
was complete
I just
crap.
remember when I was like 6 or 7 seeing it for the first time, and obviously this place where I saw it was like just grade A. The Inside Editions, the first time I ever saw that film when I was 6 years old, and I remember I didn't sleep for a week.
Yeah.
I had
Oh my
nightmares
God.
at my grandma's house of like Patty coming up and like banging on my window and then running away, and then that opened
That's
up the door to
terrible.
a bunch of other nightmares of like I had a witch in the backyard. And, like, yeah, I couldn't sleep at my grandma's house just because Patty would come and visit me, this witch would come visit me, and then like all these
Wow.
like weird old creepy ladies would come and bang on my window, and I'm just sitting there crying.
Sounds terrifying, man.
Yeah, I slept there every week for my whole life.
Wow.
That's traumatizing.
That is.
Jeez.
And also as well, I mean, the same week that this has come out about this Patterson Gimlin film, last week things were going crazy in Ohio where there was mass sightings of these, and it
Yeah.
went crazy. It went mainstream.
Yeah.
Bigfoot doesn't normally go mainstream. UFOs goes mainstream all the time, as we know, but Bigfoot doesn't generally. And last week it did. It went pretty wild. There was like, what was it, like 6 or 7 sightings, maybe more than
Yeah,
that.
there was a lot. That was crazy.
I remember I don't get a whole bunch of Bigfoot news on my feed anymore, but I remember that hit my feed, and I mean, Out of Ohio, I'm not surprised, but usually when I get something that hits my feed from Ohio, it's usually Chicago O'Hare was shut down because of moth.
Yeah.
That's usually what I see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you say Mothman then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. I think there's like 4 or 5 times a year, and it's always kind of shut down. You have to search for it. But if you look for Chicago O'Hare shutdowns, 5 times a year it's because of Mothman or a moth-like man creature.
Yeah.
Really?
Or UFOs. Yeah, they'll shut down the whole airport because there's something flying above the airport.
Yeah. Or if you look up Chicago gargoyle, I think they also call it that. But there's like supposedly a photo of this thing standing like at an intersection or something, or in a
Ooh.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's I don't
I've
know if
seen
it's
that
real or not,
picture.
but it's very creepy.
Yeah, and then there was a video of something standing like on the edge of the runway where they had the lights and everything, just standing right there. And then there's also photos of it hovering above the strips.
Yeah. It's
I
pretty
know
crazy.
there's the website Phantoms and Monsters, it's Lon Strickler's website. I haven't been on it in years, but I hear about it through other podcasts, and he collects a lot of reports like that. So
Yeah.
anybody can go there and look it up too.
Yeah.
Interesting. I've heard of the Chicago Mothman. I know there's a lot of sightings.
Yeah.
Interesting. But I didn't. They shut the airport down so often because
Yeah,
of that.
I only found out about it because my flight was delayed, and they were like, "Oh yeah, they said there was debris in the runway or something like that, so they had to shut down like all incoming flights." And then the next day, when I was waking up from my hotel, there was a big headline: "Mothman shuts down Chicago O'Hare again." And I'm just like, "What?" I didn't even know what a Mothman was at the time.
Yeah.
Whoa. And now you've got a Mothman truck.
Yeah, Mothman Jeep tattoo, T-shirt. Now
Amazing.
it's my favorite cryptid now.
It's one of the OGs, that's for sure.
I think I
Man.
started liking it because of that stupid show,
Yeah.
Mountain Monsters. That's the one
Mountain
where I was
Monsters.
like, "Yep, that's stupid show."
So
Mountain
I've
Monsters is one of those shows that you just get strangely addicted to because it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, you want to still be involved in the topic, but you're done with the seriousness and you need a good laugh.
Yeah.
yeah, which we definitely need sometimes, especially with these topics.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I've written down the brushes. You guys said you had an
Brushy
experience.
Mountain. Yes.
Have we already talked about that, or have you?
We did a little bit. It's weird that you bring that up because I know we were kind of probably running short on time. But there was one thing that happened there that was just, I think, the highlight of the trip. I mean, there was a few things that happened that was weird. Like, for instance, we were doing Estes method, and this is when I was doing the live, and I didn't know what to ask. I was asking stuff, and people were like, "Ask about James Earl Ray," and I was like, "Well, James Earl Ray was here. Did you know him? Did you know when he escaped?" And Laura had to do the ST method. She had the headphones on and everything, and she said 66, I think, and I made a stupid joke, because that. I don't know if it is in UK, but the kids over here go 6'7".
Oh yeah.
And so I'm like, I went 6'7".
What was that about?
I don't
Nobody
know.
knew, but I asked a kid and they said it was from a song. Apparently, it's from some rap song.
But
Yeah,
kids love
rapper
that.
said it
people.
doesn't even mean anything.
Yeah. So my kids say it all the time.
So
Anyways,
do mine. I know, it's wild.
yeah. So I made a joke about it, and then we're back. I was upstairs in the cafeteria, and I hear running. So I'm like, "What's going on?" And I go out, and here comes Laura. She's like, "I just read this plaque, and it said that James Earl Ray escaped in 1966, and
No,
that was the answer." Or
It
was it
was
67?
77. I think I said
77.
yeah, it was
Yeah, I said
77.
I said 6'7". It was
Yeah, and you
something
made a
for
joke.
me to make
Yeah.
the joke. But
Yeah.
anyways, and that was like, wow, that it answered us, and we didn't even know it had answered us until she read that plaque, which that was mind blowing.
But there was also more to it too, though, because you said, "Did you know James Earl Ray?" And then I said, "Yes, yes," or "yes" once, and then also Forrest came through,
Mhm.
And then when we read the plaque, it was like that he escaped into the forest.
Yeah.
Man.
So that was crazy. And then we in the solitary confinement, it was just kind of weird in there. We kept getting the EMF detector was going off, and I kept saying the wrong thing. I felt like it's such an idiot because what I was so excited just being there. I was at what did I kept calling it?
EVP.
EVP detector. I was like, I felt like such an idiot, but we were, doing the dowsing rods, and I swear you could, I don't know if it's on the audio. I haven't, because I have been really like I said, pulled back from this whole subject.
Mhm.
I haven't even watched the footage really, but there was a breath next to my head. I heard it like a like that. Did you? Because I gave the footage to Laura to go through.
So I watched that like 3 or 4 times because I watched all the footage. I made one clip of me and Brooks and put that on Instagram, and that was all I did. But when that happens, I am physically exhaling, and you can hear it. You can hear me exhaling. But the thing is you said you heard it right in your ear, and
Yeah.
I'm not near your head. I'm like 6 feet away from you. So I don't know if somehow you heard me exhaling, or if it happened at the same time. Like I can't, you know what I mean? I can't debunk it. I can't, like, because I'm definitely exhaling. I'm definitely breathing out. So I don't know if you heard me doing that and you didn't realize it was me, or if you actually heard it in your something next to you too.
I don't know. I need to go back and look at the footage, but it was
Yeah.
definitely in the moment it was weird. So, yeah, I don't know what it is, but the highlight of the trip was what happened in one of the cell blocks. It was amazing. So I went on because I clipped this. I did clip this.
Did you?
Yeah, I put it on my Instagram. Don't you remember that? Do you not?
You're not phoning?
No, I do.
So I did. I went and found this. It was like the next day. It was before Elkmont.
Mhm.
Yeah. You saw the video. You said you look weird in it. Remember? You said,
Oh, so wait, you sent it to the group chat, but you put it on Instagram?
Yeah, it's on Instagram. Yeah.
I didn't know
Like,
everybody could see my terrible face.
everyone can see your terrible face. Yes. I think I even tagged you in it. But anyways, I have it
think
pulled
you
up
did.
if you want me to. Can I share my screen? And
I think so. Yeah, absolutely, man.
let me try.
Let's go.
Laura's ready for this. Sharing's
My
not
face
turned
is
on. I don't know if I
red.
can.
Oh, I have to allow it. There you go. You're in. You can
Okay.
share away, brother.
Let's see.
Oh my.
So you guys could potentially be sitting on a load of video evidence that you've not gone
Maybe.
through yet. All of you.
Yeah, exactly. Can you see that?
Yeah, there he is.
Okay. So I'm going to hit play.
I didn't know this was on here.
Oh yes, I think
Oh, this
I did
isn't
see
it.
this. Yeah.
This is not it. This is a different place. Never mind. That is
No,
not
that's
it.
that's the
I
outside.
guess,
cells.
yeah, that's outside. I guess I don't have it.
That's
Where-
your live stream.
Is
I
it
think
not
you
on the
did.
gram?
I thought it was, but I guess not. Dang, guys. Going through my gram, as you would say, the gram. And
I think
It's all about the
it's on
gram.
there.
I do
So
have a buddy from that area of the outside area that has a growl. I'll try to find that and send it to y'all.
really, so these are some of the pictures of Brushy over here.
Man,
There's
man.
Laura doing. That wasn't EVP. That was in the cafeteria.
Yeah, that's the cafeteria. That's cell block B.
That's the
Where the that's actually where the
infirmary.
Yeah, the massive suicides happened where I got attacked by Robert.
Man, so for the listeners, this is a very eerie looking place, man. Very scary.
It is, and these pictures don't do it justice. I mean, you need to be there.
So that was always a prison?
Yes. And this is the infamous cabin 13. I was outside.
Oh, Wow. Oh man,
took
look at
some
that
pictures
sky.
yeah,
The listeners can't see it, but there's a beautiful sky picture right
Yeah.
there. Beautiful.
that's Laura in the doorway there.
Man.
This
devil worship on the
this is just like Elkmont, just for reference, so people can see.
Oh, this is cool for people that are watching on YouTube. They'll be able to
Like
see.
here.
Yeah.
the one when we win it, everything was super quiet.
Oh, wow.
And also watch out for hogs. 'Cause
Hog?
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they're having problems down there. I'm sure they're having problems over here. I haven't seen any root marks, but
Great.
Laura, this is you recording, actually.
Yeah.
this one also, when we were in there, Phil and I, we heard on the porch. So
That's actually
That's
the
what I have
oldest
to work
cabin
with.
that's still
what's that
there.
cabin we saw at the coffee place?
Wow.
Yeah.
They look
And then
so
that
cool,
small
man.
one, that small one actually has a plaque on it, or it used to. That one used to be the servants' quarters.
This is 13. No, that's 11. This is the
See, and I think this
Brooks was with
this
us.
cabin's worse.
Is this cabin 13?
No, this is
No.
11. This is the one that we
This is where
did
the battery went missing.
Oh, they're quite big, aren't they?
Yeah, no, they're decent size.
I'm surprised you don't get like feral people just moving in.
I know.
Has that ever been a problem there? You ever get people trying
Not,
to
not
squat as
to my
rats?
knowledge.
I mean, the campground's like right there. You can, I
Yeah.
mean, we were seeing the campfires from, yeah.
Mhm.
So you like people definitely, and it also is too, like people come, they keep it nice, like stuff's freshly painted and stuff. They keep it nice for people to come actually see it because
Yeah.
it's a historic thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the battery went missing right there. I had where you're standing is where I had the battery, and then it just went poof. Never seen it again.
Oh,
So if you're in the Smoky Mountains at Elkmont and you see a Duracell 9-volt battery, please get in touch with me or Jason.
that's worth some money, man.
That's so creepy, that door.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I'm
door
glad
goes
you-
right outside and then drops 4 feet.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, man.
But yeah,
You just like imagine people living in there and
I know. That gives you
Whoa.
just this, and this is some more from Brushy. Just you can see just how
Killer photo.
yeah.
yeah, that is a cool photo, man. I'm sorry for the listeners that are just listening to this right
Oh, I know that would. I'm sorry, guys.
now. But you gotta go on YouTube and look at this.
Yeah, gotta watch on YouTube. But yeah. So, anyways, that's it. I wish I had that.
So cool, man.
I swear, I thought I had the footage on here. So, gosh, it really bothers me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not saved anywhere
you know
else.
her, by the way.
Yes, Angel.
Angel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
he was on my show.
Awesome.
Connected
Lovely
through you
lady.
somehow. Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Anyways, let me start. How do I stop sharing? Stop share. There we go.
That's it now. It's gonna stay. Oh, he's back.
Sorry, guys.
So it's fair to say Elkmont is a very
Yeah.
a place full of high strangers, a dangerous place.
Real quick before we talk more about Elkmont, what I was going to play, I will have to send it over to you. Maybe you can add it to this. We were in one of the cell blocks, and we had quite a large group of people, and they were being kind of loud. So me, Laura, and my friend David, we kind of decided to go off by ourselves and get away from the loudness, just to kind of so we could take in what Brushy Mountain is, and because the little nuances like footsteps and stuff you can't hear if everyone's being loud. So you can kind of hear them off in the distance, like kind of walking away from us. And then we turn the corner and we go into the cell block, and no one else is around except for us. And up, it's like 3 stories high. There's like 3 stories of cells, and this big open courtyard, and you can look up and see all the cells. We hear the doors start rattling in the cells, like someone's grabbing them and like shaking them, wanting out. It was intense, dude. I don't care. It was only happened for a few seconds, but that is the highlight, I think, of any investigation I've ever been on, is actually hearing some sort of a poltergeist activity going on.
Wow.
Yeah, that
Because
was
what could
crazy.
do that? What could do that, man? If
Yeah,
nothing's, yeah,
there's nothing that could do that. I mean, we went over to the doors. They're heavy. They're
yeah.
not. I mean, they're hard to shake.
Yeah, and some of them are even rusted shut a little bit. So like you have to put some muscle into it to even get them to budge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't make a move. I tried. No.
Wow.
I mean, the video says it all. Laura's face. She was like,
Yeah.
We need to share it. You need to go on
I know.
Instagram and share it.
That's so embarrassing. My mouth is just like my jaw is fully dropped, and I like shocked. Shocked.
Man.
Yeah, that was wild. Good. I'm like, did you get this? He's like, yeah, I think I said, did you get this or did you record? Are you recording or whatever? And he's like, yeah, I got it.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, man. Well, I'm so glad you guys came back to paranormal tonight. I know you will continue with the paranormal, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But this stuff is very dangerous for people that are listening. You go to these locations, it is fun, it's very interesting, but there is, ask any of us, there is a lot of danger to this kind of stuff, and you have to be careful what you wish for sometimes. Ask
Yeah.
Brooks, man. Brooks knows. he's
He's been put through the
been
ringer.
through many battles. We
So if
all
anyone
have.
wants to go out, get in touch
Yeah.
with me. I want more friends to go out with. No one else wants to go out with me for some reason.
But I'll come over there, man. But I'll have to stay there. I'm not
That's
coming
fine.
back. Once I get over there, I'm not coming back. But guys, this has been so cool talking to you all tonight, and having you all together as well has been really amazing. Thank you so much. What do you want to share? What's coming next, and where they can find you guys?
I guess I'll go first since I started this out. You can find me AFK Discussions, and that's on YouTube, on where we do podcasting, and also on Instagram and Facebook. Hopefully I'll have some new episodes coming out, but you can go. I have a pretty big back catalog. My podcast went through some phases, different co-hosts and stuff like that, and now it's just me by myself. So yeah, come check it out and send me an email and say, hey, what's up?
What's up, man? Who's next?
Brooks, you want to go or you want me to go?
It don't matter. I can go.
Okay.
So you can find me at the Smokies Unforgotten Spirits, or you can find my Instagram right through that, Brooks. I don't know what's next. Kind of just going with the wind. If anyone wants to go out, get in touch with me. We'll go out. We'll set something up, and we'll do it. If you go through my stuff and find it, and you see that nothing's been posted or anything, it's not that I forgot about it. It's just I've been inactive. The best place to look at me for is TikTok and Instagram now.
Awesome, man.
So for me, what's next is I have 2 ghost hunts booked and trying to work on a few more. And I don't know, I have a new friend now, and we are planning to do some stuff around here and and do stuff, so that's going to be really cool. And yeah, just gonna keep doing the podcast, and you can find me at on Instagram at midnight_in-the-mountains, and Midnight in the Mountains on just about any podcatcher you could probably think of.
So I
Awesome.
gotta say real quick. So is your new friend the person that I introduced you to? So I had a guest on, and she was like, "Hey, I'm from this area," and I was like, "I have a friend that's sort of from that area." So I got to give a shout out to Spooky. What's up?
Yeah, Kayla.
You've started
Yeah.
something, Jason.
I know.
Yeah, you could have her on, Tommy.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be great.
Yeah, we have some cool stuff planned. There's actually an abandoned, it's not really abandoned because it's abandoned, but it's still run. We're gonna go you can pay to do photography there. And she does photography, but I don't, and I want to get into it. And my sister kind of does it. So you can go there and do they call it a urbex photography shoot, and you could do one during the day or overnight. And we haven't chose what we want to do yet. But then there's also some other, like another haunted location that we want to check out while we're there and try to see if we can dig into any like local legends and go find some cool stuff too when we do that. We have some other things
Awesome.
planned too. So
Exciting times. Exciting times. Awesome, man. Well, guys, I will share your links. Will be in the show description. You're all amazing. They need to go now and follow you, subscribe to your shows. Thank you so much for coming back on and coming on together. It's been amazing. We need to do this more often. I've
Definitely.
really enjoyed this tonight. Thank you so much, guys. If you're going to go on a paranormal investigation, make sure you're careful. This stuff is dangerous.
yes,
You
please.
have to take it seriously. We like to have a joke. That's cool. It's so interesting, but there is a dangerous side to this stuff as well. So be aware of that, guys. And yeah, keep up the great work, guys. And thank you so much for coming back to the paranormal tonight.
Yeah. Thank you for having us on.
It's been a
Yeah,
pleasure.
thank you.
Been a pleasure,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
I love you all. Thank you very much.
Love you too, man. Tommy, you're the greatest. Seriously, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, you're so kind.
Stop
You're
it.
so kind. And I'm like, oh, he's too nice. He's
I'm
too nice to
horrible.
me. No, you're just so nice. I
Oh,
appreciate
bless you.
it.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Well, we'll be back. We'll be back very soon for more freaky conversations. But in the meantime, stay safe and keep it freaky. Bye for now. Love you guys. Thank you very much.